Michella Chester with NCAA Digital with a look at some of the top arms to watch out for this season in the circle. Keyword there, some. Lots of returners and some incredibly talented freshmen. We can't get them all, but here are some of the amazing arms we should see leading their teams this season. I'm going to start with one of the biggest names of all on this list, and that is Montana Fouts at Alabama. The 2021 NCAA Pitcher of the Year returns after leading the NCAA with 349 strikeouts last season. You cannot say enough about Fouts. She has a dominant presence in the circle, and don't forget, she tossed a no-hitter against UCLA in the Women's College World Series, the first perfect game on that stage since 2000. Fouts ranked in the top 5 in strikeouts per 7. She finished with a 1.61 ERA and ranked in the top 10 with 10 shutouts. Quite the ace coming back to Bama. Next, I've got Sandercock at Florida State, who led her team to the title series at the Women's College World Series last season. Sandercock ranked in the top 15 with a 1.25 ERA last season and finished tied for 5th in the nation in wins with Fouts. She pitched 31 innings in the Women's College World Series and is back for more at FSU. Gabbie Plain returns for Washington as a clear pick for one of the top arms this season. The Pac-12 Pitcher of the Year finished as a top 3 finalist for USA Softball Collegiate Player of the Year. She led the NCAA with 32 victories last season and tied for 3rd in the nation with 10 shutouts. Plain also finished 3rd in the NCAA in strikeouts with 337. Next, watch out for Ashley Rogers at Tennessee. The Vols ace finished the 2021 season as the SEC leader in ERA, 1.32, opposing batting average and innings pitched. She ranked 5th in the NCAA in strikeouts with 296, 7th in wins, and in the top 15 in shutouts. But her 3.19 hits allowed per 7 innings ranked 3rd in the country. At Arkansas, you've got Mary Haff in the circle. The 2021 SEC Co-Pitcher of the Year with Fouts finished 7th in wins in the NCAA with 26 and saves with 5. She was such a big part of this program's ascension last season as they put Arkansas on the map. At UCLA, you lose Rachel Garcia, but Megan Faraimo returns. She led the Bruins last season with a 19-3 record, 8 shutouts, 23 complete games, 184 strikeouts in 133 innings pitched, and a Pac-12 best 1.1 ERA. That ERA ranked in the top 10 in the NCAA. She finished tied for 13th in the country in shutouts and 6th in the nation in walks allowed per 7 innings with just 13, and 7th in hits allowed per 7. Kelly Maxwell returns to Oklahoma State after striking out 147 batters and walking only 34 in 116 innings in 2021. She helped lead her team to the Women's College World Series and limited opposing batters to a 174 average. Carrie Eberle played a huge role last season for the Cowgirls, but Maxwell will likely be their ace this season. Next, we've got Valerie Cagle at Clemson, who burst onto the scene last season as a two-way player. She did not earn a loss in the circle in her last 9 appearances of the season and finished the year with a 1.16 ERA that ranked among the best in the NCAA. She ranked 11th in strikeouts as well, 8th in shutouts, and 4th in wins, all in her freshman season. Not to mention, she can rake as well. Moving on, stay with me. Keely Rochard at Virginia Tech returns after winning 2021 ACC Pitcher of the Year. Rochard dominated in the circle and finished the season with a 1.38 ERA and finished in the top 3 in the NCAA in shutouts, strikeouts, and wins. Her 348 strikeouts were 2nd in the nation behind Fouts. At Florida, Elizabeth Hightower returns, not ranked in as many national categories statistically, but will be an ace for a top 10 or 15 team heading into 2022. She finished 2021 with a 1.61 ERA and ranked 3rd in the SEC in opponent batting average. Let's take a look at the reigning champion Oklahoma Sooners. They won the title with a deep pitching staff, but they lose G. Juarez and Shannon Sale this season. Nicole May returns after making a big difference last year and pitching in the WCWS. But it just might be Jordan Bale, the incoming freshman and reigning 2020-21 Gatorade National Softball Player of the Year, that you should look out for this season. In high school, she posted a 27-0 record with a .1 ERA while striking out 316 batters. It's high school, I know, but still. According to D1 Softball, Patty Gasso said that she is afraid of nothing, and she is quite different than any freshman she has ever seen. She said their hitters are frustrated in the fall, which says a lot coming from one of the most explosive offensive teams we have ever seen. Georgina Corrick returns to USF with all sorts of accolades. She finished 2021 ranked in the top 5 in the nation with a .98 ERA. 4th in strikeouts with 333 and 1st in the nation in shutouts with 15. She broke her conference record with 34 shutouts and took home Conference Player of the Year. 3 more, we will make it quick. Brooke Yanez returns at Oregon after finishing 2nd in the Pac-12 and 10th in the NCAA with 268 strikeouts. Danielle Williams is back at Northwestern and has been dominant in the circle since her Freshman of the Year campaign in 2019. She opened last season with a 30-inning scoreless streak. Excited to see her start this season. And lastly, Alex Storako at Michigan. Quite the duo there for the Wolverines with Storako and Megan Bobian in the circle. Storako was the unanimous Big Ten Pitcher of the Year in 2021. She led the nation with a 12.9 strikeout per 7 innings average, ranked 4th nationally with hits allowed per 7, top 10 in strikeouts, and 7th in ERA with a 1.05 ERA. So there you go. You've got 15 powerful arms to watch out for this season and likely many, many more.